And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, we are back. We're back. Today's date is May 10th, 2022, people. And what does that mean? That means we are way closer than what we all expect to be heading into the 2022 college football season. I am extremely excited. I can't tell you guys that enough, because I know when it's time, then it's time. Come August, that should let you all know that, hey, man, we're here and we're ready. All right, so look, on this latest edition of the Homemade Podcast of Sports, this is what I'll be asking you all, and I need you all's general feedback. And if you guys don't want to answer the question, then hey, man, so be it. As this is not a forced question on anybody. You know what I mean? But the question is, who is the better college football coach? Because I'm starting to hear that now of when I came out with my top 15 list, in which I did. And this was the top 4. I put Nick Saban, of course, number 1. Number 2, Dabo Swinney, in which I didn't see anybody have a problem with that. But number 2 is Dabo Swinney. Number 3 is Jimbo Fisher. And number 4 is Kirby Smart. Look at what I did right there. Look at what I did. Jimbo Fisher, number 3. Kirby Smart, number 4. You guys got to remember that Kirby Smart just won a national title. Jimbo Fisher already has one, in which a lot of people forget that Jimbo Fisher won a national title, which is still recent. That's still recent. Although to some people that may seem like long ago. All right, now next year will mark the decade of when Jimbo Fisher actually won that national title. Because he won that national title, I believe, in 2013 or 2014. So it either be next year or the year after where it marks a decade, okay? But Jimbo Fisher has won one at least 8 to 9 years ago. That national title is still relevant to this day. Matter of fact, he was the guy with the last BCS national title. He was the coach that won the last BCS national title. That's history, man. So he can take that and run with it, and which is why Texas A&M made a run for him, okay? And which is crazy because I was looking at Sloss. I was looking at Sloss's record. I did not know that Sloss coached at TCU for that long. That's how far I'm behind on that. So please forgive me on that. But Jim Sloss is like 700 some wins to 399 losses, something like that, or 800 some wins to 399 losses. Had TCU as like first in the conference for I don't know how long. So he had been there as long as Gary Patterson had been there. Did not know that. That is the reason why we see Texas A&M all the way up there at number 13 right now, in which baseball is concerned. But anywho, back to the subject. So Jimbo Fisher or Kirby Smart, and which is we seen Jimbo Fisher versus Kirby Smart already back in 2019 of when Texas A&M had that, man, they had that brutal schedule. That schedule was brutal. I believe Georgia was ranked like either number 4 at the time. They had to play Clemson at one point, which was like the number 2 team in the nation. Alabama, in which is always on the schedule, like number 1 team in the nation. And, of course, LSU at the end of the year, which was number 1 when it was all said and done in the national champions. This is what I'm telling you guys on this. Who am I picking? I'm picking Jimbo Fisher. Why am I picking Jimbo Fisher? Because Jimbo Fisher has the longer resume. You understand what I'm saying? Jimbo Fisher has had the development of more talent. Don't get me wrong. Most of his tenure was at Florida State because that was his first ever job. That was his first ever head coaching job. He coached at Florida State for 7 years, people. And until this day, I'm hearing people now that say, oh, man, he ran Florida State into the ground. But he also gave Florida State a national title. That was years after Bobby Bowden had won one. At least like 12 or 13 years after Bobby Bowden had won one, I think in like the early 90s. If I'm not mistaken, like early 90s. So Jimbo Fisher resignated the program back to prominence. You guys got to understand that. Also, Jimbo Fisher is a hell of a recruiter, okay? He knows how to develop a quarterback, people. So guys saying that, oh man, don't nobody thrive in Jimbo Fisher's offense. The receivers don't thrive, in which is their number one excuse. And if that's the case, then I'm going to say the same thing for Kirby Smart. Wide receivers don't thrive in his quote-unquote offense. It's not a wide receiver right now in the NFL that you can tell me that's a dog that came from Kirby Smart's offense or that came from that Georgia Bulldogs team. Defensively, a freaking beast. That's Kirby Smart all day long, a freaking beast. Now, this conversation would have been totally different if I would have said Jimbo Fisher or Nick Saban. Hell, I can tell you right now, I'm taking Nick Saban over Jimbo Fisher any day. You guys got to understand what I'm telling you, man. A lot of you guys are saying Kirby Smart because Kirby Smart just won a national title. However, Kirby Smart had to go up against Alabama twice to win that national title. And in the end, he still prevailed. He's your national champion. Once again, Jimbo Fisher only gets one shot at Alabama. And he beat him. He beat him this year. That's the only guy that I know of that can go out on a big stage. I'm going to say it once again. That's the only guy that I know that can go out on a big stage and talk amongst many, which is the A&M boosters and others, and tell them this phrase here. We're going to beat his ass while he's there. Talking about Nick Saban, we're going to beat his ass while he's there. And what happened? He backed it up. Now, the rest of the season didn't go as planned. But if you guys are going to knock him for that, then once again, I stand alone with what I said. I'm picking Jimbo Fisher any day of the week. And can't nobody tell me different on that. I'm not a homer on that. I'm not anything. But I'm picking Jimbo Fisher. I believe that he has by far the better development. Now, does he have the better program at the moment? No, not at all. Not at all. And I'll be a liar if I was to tell you that, well, Jimbo Fisher got the better program and better athletes all around. No, man, that's a lie. That is a lie. Okay? So I will not sit up here and say that. I won't. What I will say, though, is that Jimbo Fisher, and we're going to talk about this here. We're going to talk about this resume. As of right now, and I need you guys to listen to me when I say this. As of right now, so far as ever since Jimbo Fisher has been the head coach at Texas A&M, the Aggies have a winning record at home. You hear what I'm saying? They have a winning record at home. They have beat top programs at home, but also lost to a couple of guys, so I understand that. But they are beating top opponents at home. So Jimbo Fisher by far has brought Kyle Field back to being relevant, in which is opposing to a lot of opponents. Okay, I will say that, opposing to a lot of opponents. And as of right now, Jimbo Fisher is 34-14 while being a head coach at Texas A&M University. It's a lot of you guys out there that don't even much know that. And I'm going to say it once again, it's a lot of you guys out there that don't even much know that. Do you not know how hard it is to be 34-14 in the SEC? And let alone the SEC West? So I'm going to take you guys back to the 2020 year. He went 9-1. Could have been 10-1 if the game wouldn't have been canceled against Ole Miss. Yes, I said it. Could have been 10-1. But it didn't happen. So it is what it is. It's all good on that part. He still won the Orange Bowl against a quote-unquote beat-down North Carolina team that everybody loves to tell us about. Everybody loves to tell us about that. But that wasn't all the way healthy, and everybody opted out on that team. But he still got an Orange Bowl victory. He is undefeated against Florida, in which he beats the Florida teams like crazy. And this year, he's still going to be undefeated. I will come out and I will say that. He plays Miami. he will be undefeated against them too. He'll be 2-0 against these Florida teams, in which he loves to recruit in Florida. He likes Florida and he likes Texas. The thing about Jimbo Fisher is that he never left his roots. Okay? He's a Florida guy. But now he's stationed in the state of Texas. So he figured, okay, well, I got the best of both worlds. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to get the best of both worlds. That's why I would pick Jimbo Fisher out of anybody. That's Jimbo. No, not out of anybody. But I'll pick Jimbo Fisher over Kirby Smart. However, I will say this. This is why I put them neck and neck. This is why I put them neck and neck. So let me finish up with the Jimbo Fisher. So Jimbo Fisher, overall coaching career record, 117 wins, 37 losses. Once again, do you not know how hard that is to get 117 wins to 37 losses? Do you guys not know how hard that is? That is one of the winningest records in college football right now. And you guys are telling me that he's a mediocre coach because of what he's building at Texas A&M? Come on, man. Stop that nonsense. Stop that nonsense. You guys tell me all day about how I'm being a homer. I think at the end of the day, you guys are telling me with what you guys are saying all about how you guys don't like Texas A&M and don't like where they're going. That's all that is, man. And I can honestly say that. That is all that is. Other than that, it's not nothing else. People, stop the nonsense. Okay, but he's 117-37. He's 8-2 in bowl games. 8-2. Nobody will talk about that, but he is 8-2 in bowl games. Regardless to what bowls he plays in, he is 8-2. I'm going to say it once again. He's 8-2, people. What are we talking about here? Anywho, he's 0-1 in the college football playoffs, in which those were the only playoffs he played in, and when he was with Florida State, and they went 2 years undefeated. A lot of people like to put Jimbo Fisher's success on Jameis Winston. I hear a lot of people say that, oh man, he ain't been good ever since Jameis Winston. After Jameis Winston, that guy still won 10 games. And that was with DeAndre Francois and also with a backup quarterback. So one, I'm not understanding, man. I'm not. The reason why he's 8-2 in bowl games is because he lost the college football playoffs to Oregon, and he also lost the game to the U of H Cougars. That is his only 2 losses in bowl games. These are things that people don't like to talk about, man. Wow. So he's won 1 national title in 2013. That's when it was, 2013. All right, so I was correct on that. He has 3 ACC titles when he was at Florida State. 4 ACC Atlantic Division titles. That's the resume. You hear me? That's the resume. However, he's at Texas A&M now, and he hasn't gotten there yet. Almost was there in 2020. He was almost there, man. He was almost there in 2020. What don't you guys understand about that? What don't you guys understand? So now we move over to Kirby Smart, because I want to talk about his record as well, in which I respect Kirby Smart, and I've been respecting that guy ever since he's been at Georgia and turned that program into what it is today, in which Mark Rich couldn't do that. That's why I put them neck and neck. As of right now, because Kirby Smart has been at Georgia for the longest, he is 66-15. That is by far one of the hardest things to do. Once again, he is 66-15. Once again, that's one of the most winningest records probably in Georgia's history over there. And he's won a national title. Okay? So this is the reason why I put him that way. So, with his record, overall, 66-15, Kirby Smart is 6-2 in bowl games. That's why I said they were neck and neck, people. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not telling you anything wrong here, but if I had to decide, I'm picking Jimbo Fisher. Okay? If I had to decide, lay all biasy to the side, I'm picking Jimbo Fisher because he has the longer track record. Kirby Smart just started, what, 5 years ago? No, 6-2. He just started, what, like 6, 7 years ago? Jimbo Fisher has been doing it. He's been doing it. Kirby Smart won him a national title, in which Jimbo Fisher also won him a national title. That's why they are neck and neck, man. So he has 1 national title, 4 national as defensive coordinator. Those are his athletes. 1 SEC title. 1 SEC title compared to Jimbo Fisher, 3 ACC titles when he was at Florida State. Once again, he's at Texas A&M now. I understand it. That's why you guys are knocking him. But he has 4 SEC Eastern Division titles. That's about the same that Jimbo Fisher has as well. That's what I'm telling you guys. Once again, I'll rest my case on why I said what I said. They are neck and neck so far as top 15 coaches are concerned. So far as top 5 coaches are concerned, they're very neck and neck. That is darn good, man. I love both of those records. That's why people have A&M, Alabama, and Georgia. All right? Not in that order. But that is why they have those guys as the 3-headed monsters that's going to collide when it's all said and done. You guys not understanding what I'm telling you, man. So there's a lot of people that's mad at that. They understand what you guys are saying. There's a lot of people that's mad at that, and that's fine, okay? That's cool. But I'm giving you guys the reason to why I said what I said. 3 and 4. Now, there's a lot of people saying, well, man, I got to put Smart ahead of Fisher as of right now. So far as in the SEC, yeah, I'll probably put Smart over Fisher any day. So far as top 5 SEC head coaches are concerned, in which I'm going to make that list. You know what? So I am going to clear that up. I'm going to make that list. And this is the reason, once again, why we'll put these coaches in that order. 1, 2, 3. All right? And that list by far is going to be one of the best lists that should be talked about going forward. And on tomorrow, man, I will talk about all 3 of those coaches and what they mean to these programs going forward coming into 2022. Because the light is going to be on Alabama, Georgia, and Texas A&M. Why? Because I'm going to show you these guys' records, and this is what that means. All right, that's what that means. Kirby Smart has been first in the East, I don't know how many times. Alabama with Nick Saban has been first in the West, I don't know how many times. Has been the second best team in the SEC West 2 out of 4 times. 2 out of 4 times, in which is Jimbo Fisher's going into his 5th year now. But 2 out of 4 times. That's the reason why they have all these guys up there like they have them up there. Okay, last year was a bad year. We're going to move on. I'm going to talk about that on tomorrow, man. But I thank all of you guys tuning in on today. If you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button. And please be ready for the next episode. I told, man, guys, I'm not going anywhere. And come the 23rd, I want to say, and you know, a little bit after the baby is born, you know, we get home, stuff like that. You guys will see a lot of episodes because I am going to be out due to my little girl being here, all right? But I thank all of you guys. Please, like I say, subscribe to the show if you don't mind. #GigaMax.